Well, hello, everyone, and welcome back to the collaboration space. I'm Nancy Lussier from AVI-SPL. And in today's episode, we're going to be focusing on some exciting updates and upgrades to Surface Hub. And with me to help me do that today is Val Fernandez, AVI-SPL's Surface champ. Val, welcome to the collaboration space. Thanks for joining me.
Happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. And I know we're going to focus on a few specific items, and that's including Edge, Miracast, and the center of table console. And before we kick this off, Val, can you tell our audience a little bit about yourself and your role here?
Yeah, happy to do it. My name is Val Fernandez, the Surface champ here at AVI-SPL. I've been working with the Surface Hub since its inception back in 2015. My role has shifted a little bit throughout the years. I started as just a subject matter expert and then transitioned into a Surface champ when the role was created. I've worn many hats. I've been an account manager as well as in the training department at AVI-SPL. So I love working with the Surface Hub and here to help out in any way that I can.
Wonderful. And you mentioned you have quite a bit of experience here. Maybe talk briefly about the history of the Surface Hub and kind of what led up to what's happening now.
Absolutely. Well, the Surface Hub version 1 came out in 2015, and it was from an acquisition that Microsoft did of Perceptive Pixel. So Microsoft purchased Perceptive Pixel and decided to incorporate the Teams experience into a touch display. And over many different iterations, they've come out to the Surface Hub 3. Through that time, we've seen tons of changes. The original Surface Hub used to have 2 cameras on either side. It was a very unique experience where the cameras would auto switch based on where you were standing in comparison to the hub. Fast forward, they came out with the Surface Hub 2, which had a single camera that you could detach and attach it to any corner of the display. And then the Surface Hub 3, which is where we are now, which is very similar to the Surface Hub 2 with some slight operating system changes.
Great, Val. Thanks for sharing that history. Can you talk a little bit more about what's coming back and why?
I want to cover some of the changes that have happened from the Surface Hub 2S to the 3, because this is actually quite a shift from where the Surface Hub used to be to where it is today. So on the Surface Hub 2S, Microsoft had a unique operating system that was very different than the experience you might have in your standard MTR device. It was a standalone OS. That OS allowed you to actually have those commonly used applications like Word, PowerPoint, and Excel natively running on the Surface Hub. So users could walk up, click on the PowerPoint button, and it would launch a PowerPoint, and then you could log in using your Office 365 account and have access to all of the documentation living in your OneDrive. So you could do that either on the Word, PowerPoint, or Excel. The Surface Hub 2S also had access to a browser, and this was a really nice feature because those applications are not accessible on your standard MTR device. So users could walk up to it and conduct a meeting without ever having to bring in their laptop or any other device. They could go up to it, log in using their credentials, and have access to every single document they have living in OneDrive. So it was a really unique experience, and Microsoft really did promote that across the industry as the thing that set them apart from everyone else. Now, what they did last year is they realized that they wanted to have consistency across all the different devices, including their Surface Hub. So Microsoft shifted from that OS to the current MTR operating system. In doing so, it removed some of the features that people really liked. PowerPoint, Word, Excel, or access to a browser. They basically said, we know people like these features and we will reintroduce them later on. But right now, to make the Surface Hub be more in line with the other MTR devices, they had to remove some of those features. So that's just a quick history behind what happened to the 2S to the 3. Some of those features are coming back, and that's where, Nancy, you mentioned some of those new ones that are coming. Now, they're not quite ready yet, but I can speak to them and show you a little bit of what it's going to look like once they come out. So the first one that's coming out is the access to an Edge browser. Now, this, again, is a very unique experience because now the Surface Hub is running on an MTR OS while also giving access to a browser. And having access to a browser unlocks a wide range of features that were available in the 2S. For example, you can go to your OneDrive through that browser and access all your documentations. You can navigate to your website or third-party websites and have access to all of the same kind of features that you had previously. The second one that is really unique that's coming back is the Mirrorcast feature, which is the ability to walk into the room with your laptop and cast directly to the Surface Hub without even being on the same network. Okay, that's a very important feature that people really like, and it's coming back this year. And the third one is access to the center of table console. So again, like the touch panels that you would see in your standard MTR meeting space, Microsoft is going to provide support for that center of table console so that you can run your meeting from the table instead of having to get up and interact with the Surface Hub. So those are some of those features that are coming back that we're excited about and that Microsoft is really committed to providing to all the end users.
I like when you say that things are coming back, because it's always hard when things get taken away and it's things that people really relied on.
Absolutely.
Or just really enjoyed. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like having a fun toy and they take it away and you don't know why, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
the toys are coming back.
Val, thanks for all that information. And I think we're ready to let people see a little of this. So if you can you kick off your demo?
Absolutely. Let me just switch my camera. I'll be right there. All right. So Nancy, let me give you a quick little tour of the Surface Hub. So the Surface Hub is an all-in-one device that includes a built-in Windows 11 PC. It has the camera, microphones, and speakers all built into the one device. You can also rotate the Surface Hub and change the orientation if that's something you want to do. So let me show you a few of the features that I really enjoy about the Surface Hub and what really sets it apart from all the other devices. Now you notice when you walk up to it, it has the same user interface that you would see in your standard MTR devices. That's one of the things Microsoft wanted to do with that shift from the 2S to the 3. They wanted to provide that consistent end user experience so that when you walk up to the hub, it looks the same as every other MTR. Okay, so you'll notice here it's got all the same buttons, same icons. What I want to focus on a little bit here is that user experience when joining a call. Again, Microsoft provided that one touch to join experience. So I've set up a meeting that's happening right now, and I'm going to join it. And you'll see, again, same experience, same user interface. I want to show you a little bit of what that whiteboard experience looks like. Okay. Now, again, you'll notice across the bottom, all the same different icons that you would see in your typical meeting space. You'll notice that I have my laptop connected right now, so you'll see me appearing in the video. Okay. So one of the things you'll notice is, yes, I have my laptop connected right now, so you're seeing a couple different angles of me. Can be a bit confusing, but that's because I'm in the same room with the other participants. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to start a whiteboard so that you can see what that whiteboarding experience looks like. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, so here's my whiteboard. And you'll notice that I've already added a few things into the whiteboard. This is a consistent whiteboard in this meeting. So for example, if you have a recurring meeting that you've invited this room to, that whiteboard session will continue to persist across multiple meetings. So you can keep coming back to those notes that you've taken and continue to add to it. So one of the things I want to do right now is I want to start modifying the whiteboard that I have in here. So again, I've included some screenshots of some very important information. Again, you have multi-touch features available in the Surface Hub, so you can zoom in or zoom out, select a pen, different colors, and you can annotate directly over top of your content. Additionally, one of the things that you can do, which is very important, is you can utilize some of the templates that Microsoft has created for you to use in your meetings. So there's a few different options. So for example, in this scenario, we're doing a brainstorming session, and maybe I want to add in, let's say, an affinity diagram. So select the affinity one, use this template, and now it's populated with a template that I can start using. Okay. At this point, I can select the different notes, start adding to them, allow the other participants to modify it. If you'll notice across the top right, it shows you the different users that are in this meeting that can modify this whiteboard. The beauty of the whiteboard is that this whiteboard is now saved into everyone's OneDrive. So if you're in this call, this whiteboard is now in your OneDrive so that you can access it offline so that you can take notes and continue to work when you're not in this call.
And everybody in the call can interact with the whiteboard, correct, including remote people?
Absolutely. Anybody who's in this call can start annotating and manipulating the content, adding to it if they want to. Everyone has the same access to it. Okay. So some of the things I do want to touch on, besides just the whiteboard, is that we have access to all the same features that you have as a desktop user. You have the raise your hand. You can do reactions, right? Select the heart, anything you want. All of that is here. Again, Microsoft wanted to have that consistent end user experience across the different platforms so that the users feel comfortable and that there's not a huge learning curve.
I
All
like
right.
that. It's consistent, it's easy. I don't have to relearn anything. You can just walk in and start using it.
Absolutely, and that's what they wanted to do is walk up and use. Again, the beauty of this device is when you're done, you just hang up. It gets reset back to its welcome state for the next person to use. So I showed what it looks like to use it within a meeting scenario. If you just walk up to it and you want it to start a call, you can easily walk up, start a whiteboard session, and then select the place a call, right? So you can start calling anybody within your organization or externally. Same kind of experience, start meeting, the meeting starts. All you have to do now is call someone. And so those are some of my favorite features. Again, I look forward to seeing the browser that will be added to this shortly. The browser will just show up as a button located in one of these areas. So you can walk up, select the browser, start navigating to different websites, and then you can share that within a meeting or a call that you're participating in.
Yeah, another way to easily share some great content from different sources. I love it.
Absolutely. And that's the Surface Hub. Again, I love this device. There's a lot of great features coming, and I look forward to be able to use those features with people internally or those outside our organization.
Perfect. Well, Val, thanks for walking us through that. I love that experience. I appreciate your time.
No problem. Happy to be here. And if you need anything, feel free to reach out. There's lots of folks ready, willing, and able to speak to you about the Surface Hub.
Absolutely. And for our listeners, you can visit AVI-SPL.com and go to our Microsoft page, and we can get you hooked up with the right people to talk about Microsoft Surface Hub. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube under AVI-SPL info so you never miss an episode of the Collaboration Space. You can also subscribe to the audio feed on your favorite podcast app. Just search for the Collaboration Space. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. For more information, visit avispl.com/Microsoft.